Welcome to the iGuide Career Planning Toolkit of Resources. We are so glad you could join us. This video will focus on transactional versus relational attitude. Today we are going to learn about meanings of these two expressions, realize what are the consequences of using each of them, describe the principles of relational and transactional communication, and their application in personal and business relationships. So, let's get started. At work, in business, in leadership, and also in private life, we build relationships which can be called transactional and relational. The term transactional relationship is often used in business. Traditional marketing is transactional, with the focus on making the sale, often a one-time sale. Relationship marketing is focused on building and sustaining a mutually beneficial connection between the business and the customer. Thus, what is the difference between these two approaches? The transactional approach means self-focused. What do I get? If I win, you must lose. I want to win at any cost. You must understand my views. The relational approach represents the building, sustaining, and connecting. The question is, what can I give? We both win or we both lose together. This approach is about understanding others' views, person-oriented, accepting, and about generosity. In marketing, the relational approach is about long-term customers, broader goals, retention, meaningful relationships, concentration on how to say and not what to say, personalization, and thinking about what it feels to be in the other person's shoes. So, the question is when to use transactional and when relational approach. Both approaches can be effective and beneficial, but in different situations. A transactional relationship has a short-term impact. In business, it is guided by an idea: get the sale at all costs. The focus is on our winning without much thought to the second involved person's needs or the long-term future. A relational relationship is a long-term relationship. We care for others, and in business, the sales representatives get to know their customers, their needs, and their wants within a reason. We can demonstrate this in the following example. A single mother needs a new fridge. A transactional sale will involve getting her to buy an expensive fridge with the latest modern technology that she doesn't need and probably can't afford. The hard sell gets her to buy it anyway, and she leaves feeling stressed about how much money she just spent. She will likely never return to that store. With relational selling, the salesperson would understand through talking to the customer that money is tight and instead sells her a lower model but reliable with a low number of complaints. The customer is so grateful that she describes her experience on social media with a high recommendation of this store and goes back when she needs another device in the future. Let's think now about your interactions with people in your life. Are you building rewarding relationships or transactional ones? Is your communication mainly relational or transactional? Relational communication is characterized by listening to each other, discussing topics, and sharing vulnerability. We try to find areas of commonality and build connection. Transactional communication is direct and short-term goal-oriented. It is useful when we just need to get something done. What type of communication to choose and when? It can appeal very demanding when you just want to connect with a team member to set some work and exhaustively discuss non-work topics. On the other hand, when all communication is only about quick question and demands, humanity is disappearing and people do not feel comfortable at work. When leading a team, you can always ask a simple question at the meeting. How are you? There are times when we need tasks to be done quickly, but for all the other times, take a few seconds to ask the person in front of you how they feel. In a long period, it will bring you many benefits. At the end, let's summarize the differences between transactional and relational approaches. 1. Professional versus friendly. 2. Self-interest versus mutual interest. 3. What you get versus what you give. 4. Stay in touch versus keep informed. 5. Understand the process versus understand the person in the process. 6. Judge the results versus evaluate the relationship. 7. Win conflict versus resolve conflict. 8. Agreement versus acceptance. And 9. Evaluate the results versus evaluate how the other feels about the results. Congratulations on completing today's lessons. For more lessons, please log on to the iGuide project website.